The quaint character of a small southern town is not lost on RInggold, Georgia. Nestled near a gap between two ridges, often called the Gateway to Georgia, this town from back in time has a long, rich, and vibrant history. And the city, which serves as Catoosa County's center of industry, maintains its hope for a bright future. So come, let's visit RInggold. Named after U.S. military Major Samuel RInggold, the town had all the makings for a major city long before the development of Chattanooga, Tennessee to the north. RInggold's history begins with the stories of various Native American tribes who settled here primarily for its hills, streams, wildlife, and fertile soil. The town itself, as well as the area surrounding RInggold, played a major role in the Civil War. The RInggold Depot, built in 1850, is one of the few antebellum railroad depots left in Georgia. The depot was used in the Civil War as a supply point for Confederate troops. The city was also the end of the line for the Civil War's great locomotive chase. The general ran out of steam just 2 miles north of the RInggold Depot. A monument stands at the site. Just to the north of the depot stands the Whitman Anderson House, a privately owned residence where General Ulysses S. Grant once stayed following the now famous Battle of RInggold Gap, led by General Patrick Cleburne. The battle itself is significant because of the miraculous Confederate victory that occurred, thus prolonging the war. To the south of RInggold sits the Old Stone Church. Built in 1850, the structure has served multiple church congregations, was used as a hospital during the Civil War, and now houses the Catoosa County Historical Society Museum. Just a scenic 7-mile trip along Boynton Drive, and visitors will find themselves in the midst of the Chattanooga-Chickamauga National Military Park, where they can visit the Visitor Center, tour the Civil War battlefield, or stop into the 6th Cavalry Museum. That's a little about RInggold's history. Now let's take a look at RInggold today. Investment in recreational opportunities has been made over the last several years, leading to developments like the walking path that runs along South Chickamauga Creek, which allows for pleasant strolls along the creekside. The walk also connects to a 1.5-mile nature trail that takes you through a wooded area and beside a large beaver pond. Nearby is the newly completed Little General Children's Park, featuring slides, coil rides, climbing walls, infant swings, a toy locomotive to play in, as well as several small picnic pavilions. And as you can imagine, being a thriving community, there's always activity going on almost any time of year. For the last 30 years, RInggold has hosted the annual 1890s Day Jamboree, one of the largest festivals in the Southeast, featuring an array of food vendors, craft vendors, a parade, car show, as well as performance stages for bluegrass, country, and gospel music. Festival attendees pack the streets during this 2-day extravaganza. Music fills the depot the second weekend of each month, hosting Sacred Sounds Fridays and the RInggold Opry on Saturday night with gospel music and bluegrass music, respectively. And speaking of respect, RInggold pays respect and shows its patriotism in the weeks leading up to and following Memorial Day and Veterans Day by displaying more than 800 American flags honoring the fallen veterans of Catoosa County. It's quite the sight to see all the flags lining the city streets. And what has become a full day of fun activity for the entire community, the RInggold Middle School Duck Race along the Chickamauga Creek near the 5 Points area. Each adopted duck is numbered with corresponding tickets. Thousands of adopted ducks will be released to race down Chickamauga Creek. The first duck to cross the finish line is the winner. Each October, the RInggold Depot gets transformed into a major Halloween attraction as the city hosts the Legend of the Haunted Depot. Folks come from all around to test their muster and see if they can make it through the Haunted Depot. Legend has it the city is frequented by the ghost of a Civil War soldier in search of his lost love. You can start the Christmas season out by attending RInggold's Down Home Christmas celebration. Downtown shops and restaurants are open for the evening, and there's always lots of festive entertainment to set the mood for the holidays. Capitalizing on its rich Civil War history, RInggold hosts the RInggold Gap Civil War Festival, which features a living history camp, performances by a Civil War theater troupe, Civil War submarine replica, history lectures, and an art exhibit. A statue of General Patrick Cleburne, who led his Confederate Army Division, stands in the RInggold Gap Park. RInggold is also Georgia's wedding capital, and many celebrities are among the thousands of ceremonies on record. American icon Dolly Parton said the name of the town reminded her of rings of gold, and that drew her to marry here at the First Baptist Church of RInggold. Even today's stars and folks from around the region come to the RInggold Wedding Chapel to tie the knot. Business, industry, and commerce play a major role in daily life in RInggold, and the people around are known for their hospitality. There's certainly plenty to do for locals and tourists alike. With the town's adjacency to Interstate 75, there's an array of restaurants and hotels to choose from, including fast food and franchise dine-in establishments. But we've got the local flair to offer as well, from some of the finest locally owned eateries in the region. And if you're up for some shopping, there are plenty of downtown shops to frequent, including several stops that feature antique, collectibles, clothing, accessories, and household furnishings. This is all just a glimpse of an enduring town called RInggold. It's a nice place to visit and an even better place to live. So come, visit, and stay as long as you'd like.